Alright, so I just got home with my new 2021 Chevy Silverado. It's a custom edition. It's not your lowest entry level, but it's not a LTZ or RST or any of those. I think the sticker on it was somewhere around 43,000 maybe. I love the new look of the front grille. The scoops here are pretty cool. A little too much sun there. So anyway, just wanted to do a quick rundown on the truck and give you my first initial thoughts on it. It is the 4-cylinder turbo motor. I was very hesitant on that, but I drove it about an hour and a half home from the dealership where I purchased it. So I'll tell you a little more about that and how I feel about the motor. But there's a basic look of the outside. It's got the step bumper, which I like. That's definitely going to come in handy for me to get up inside the bed. 20-inch tires. Probably going to end up putting some running boards on it. Thought this feature was kind of cool. Open up your tailgate with your remote, and there's also a button inside for that as well. Now they just got to work on having a button to make it go back up, but not completely necessary, but definitely kind of cool. It's got a little flap here for an AC outlet. It's got a maximum of 400 watts. That'll definitely come in handy. I'm an electrician by trade, so I'll definitely be using that to charge up batteries and stuff. At 400 watts, that should be plenty. This comes with the plastic liner from the factory on the tailgate, but the bed does not. Not sure what I'm going to do about that. Might get the plastic liner. It's a lease, so I'm probably not going to get it sprayed, or I may just get one of those rubber mats, but what we'll see. It's got a cargo light. Comes equipped with the hitch. Of course, it's got your 2 different connectors. It's got your 4-pin. And then it's got your 7-pin. Alright, so now on to the inside. It's got the black interior. Not exactly sure what they call it, what the actual name is for it, but it's black. Sorry about that sun, it's glaring right in. There's the back seat. Split seat. Doesn't have the pockets in the back. It's kind of a bummer, but I can live without them. Got a couple of vents back here for the people sitting in the back. Again, with this model, it's not one of the top of the line models by any means, so there's no extra phone jacks, which is to me kind of cheap with a 2021 vehicle. I mean, you definitely could have threw a couple in there, but again, you know, your other packages that are a step up would definitely have them, and they have a extra cup holder in the back as well. Two glove boxes. This top one, there's not much to it, but you can get some papers in there, some pens, whatever. Couple cup holders. Center console lifts up. This is a jump seat, so that guy will open up. You can actually fit 6 people in here comfortable if you had to. I say comfortable, you know, depending on how far you're going, I guess. Here's our controls. There's another AC outlet. There's a regular, I call the cigarette lighter type. plug. You got one regular USB and one C-type USB. So between the four of them, you know, it'll make do. It's got the controls for an electric brake. If you end up pulling something, it's got a pretty good size monitor, which I like. All your OnStar stuff up there. A couple lights. Both sides have a mirror, driver and passenger. They're not lighted, but at least I got mirrors, I guess. So here's a look at when you're sitting in the driver's seat. Here's your controls on the left for your four-wheel drive, etc. Let's get the key inside here. My old truck, I had a actually 2020 Ram 1500, and that did have the push to start, and I have to say I kind of got used to that. I did like it. So that'll definitely be missed. This has got the regular style key. There's a look at the head unit. It does have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is a big plus for me. My last truck did not have that, so I already used the Android Auto to use Google Maps on the way home today. When I got the truck, it had 4 miles on it. It's got 83 already. I bought this out of Poughkeepsie, New York, at a dealership out there, Healy Chevrolet. There wasn't a lot of trucks in the area around here in my price range, so I ended up taking a little bit of a drive, about an hour and a half or so, and got this from those guys, and they were really good. So anyway, a little bit better shot at the controls. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know everything about everything with this truck right now. Obviously, I'll learn as I go. The purpose of this video is more to just give people my first impressions on it if you're thinking about getting one. Especially the 4-cylinder option with the turbos. Like I said, I was a little hesitant on that. I've always been a V8 guy. My last 2 Dodges, the Ram 1500s, were the V6, and I was happy with them for what I used a truck for now. I don't pull a camper anymore, and I was actually pretty impressed with those V6 Dodges. I pull a 10-foot utility trailer. I've had it loaded with dirt and rocks and whatnot, and it never had an issue. So I'm hoping this will be the same thing. This actually has more torque than the Dodge did. I think the Dodge was only like 267 foot-pounds of torque. I believe this one is 348 foot-pounds of torque and 310 horsepower. How did I get that out of 4-cylinder? Obviously the turbos. So I'm going to take a test drive with this, and then I'll give you my opinion on the 4-cylinder. So here's a shot of the window sticker if you want to compare it to something you may be looking at. I'm in the upstate New York area, just outside of Albany, New York. And again, I picked up the truck out in Poughkeepsie, New York. It's about an hour and a half for me, so it's kind of the midpoint between Albany and New York City. So just to give you an idea of region, I know region plays a role on truck prices. There's the price. It was $44,495, and they actually give you a credit for the having the 2.7 liter turbo, and that was the final price. And believe it or not, with the market the way it is right now, it is November 1st of 2021, and I don't know how it is out, where you guys may be located, what part of the states, but around here, trucks are hard to come by right now. A lot of dealerships are actually charging above the MSRP, which personally I would not do. These guys did not do that. They make it a point not to do that. It's family-owned dealership, and that's just not something they do. And GM was actually given a $1,500 rebate, so I actually got $1,500 off of that. So being the times that it is right now with the truck shortage and the chip shortage and all that, overall I don't think I did too bad. But anyway, there's a look at the sticker. hopefully that helps you out. And like I said, next part of the video, I'll talk a little bit more about the 4-cylinder and my thoughts on that. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about my first impressions with the 4-cylinder engine. It was about a 75-mile trip home, so I was able to get a little bit of a feel for it. Obviously, time will tell the more I drive it. But overall, I was definitely impressed with it. Again, coming from the V6 Ram 1500, that was about 300 horsepower at around 267 foot-pounds of torque. And this engine here is supposed to be 310 horsepower at 348 foot-pounds of torque. So I could definitely feel the difference with the torque in the Chevy. And it was very good at passing. I did a few passing people on the ride home, and did some takeoffs, and was definitely impressed for the 4-cylinder. And I know I keep mentioning 4-cylinder. Again, being a V8 guy my whole life, and then going to the V6s was a big change. So the idea of a 4-cylinder in a full-size truck, I had my doubts, I guess I would say, but definitely very impressed with it. Definitely has more power, in my opinion, than the Ram 1500 did. The numbers kind of tell the story a little bit, but real life is really where it matters. And like I said, it really did well. I don't have the specs in front of me, but I think it actually has more pulling capacity and that kind of thing than the Dodge did as well. Not that I'm putting the Dodge down. I had 2 new Dodge trucks, my last 2 trucks, and was very happy with them. But again, so far so good with the 4-cylinder. The only thing I will say is a 4-cylinder is a 4-cylinder. And when you take off in this truck, or in my opinion, any 4-cylinder that I've ever driven, they kind of go really high RPMs. The motors almost make like a pinging noise, and it's like you feel like you're like maxing these things out, just trying to step on it to get out in traffic. And it definitely, to me, kind of has that sound to it, like you're pushing the motor. You're really not. But again, it's more of the way it sounds to me. It kind of sounds like a 4-cylinder for the first few seconds, but as soon as the turbos kick in, all bets are off. It got a ton of pickup power. But again, at the end of the day, it's a 4-cylinder. It's not a V8, so I don't want to lead anybody down a path saying, hey, this thing, runs like a V8. It doesn't. But if you're just driving around town, going to a grocery store, pulling a trailer, if you're into trades like myself, it's going to carry your tools around, no problem. Your ladders, you can pull a trailer. I have a ditch witch that I pull sometimes. This motor's going to have no issues with that whatsoever. So I am going to take it for a ride and take you guys with me, so you can kind of hopefully hear the engine and see what you think. And yeah, so that's pretty much it in a nutshell. We're going to do that drive in a couple seconds here. I'll give one more quick look at the outside now that the sun's going down, so you can get a little bit better look at the body. Alright, so we're out on the highway, cruising at about 67 miles per hour, and I actually got a semi coming up on my left here, and a truck that's not moving very fast, but we're going to let this semi pass, and I'm going to step on the gas a little bit and show you how the passing is.